Hiya, I'm Bruce Fummey. It's the 23rd of January and welcome to today's instalment of This Day in Scottish History. Today I'm outside Linlithgow Palace. Now you know I always like to give you a wee question to answer at the end of the episode, and obviously today's question is, why am I outside Linlithgow Palace? Answers down in the comments down below. Now, I've often heard it said that Americans have been inspired by Scottish history and heritage. And sure enough, this day in Scottish history was the first time a Scottish person was assassinated by gunshot. The perpetrator was James Hamilton of Bothwell Hall. The victim was James Stewart, 1st Earl of Bothwell. And he was a bastard. James Stewart, 1st Earl of Moray, was the bastard son of King James V of Scotland, and therefore the half-brother of Mary Queen of Scots. Now, in 1560, Mary Queen of Scots found herself in Paris as Queen of France, but her husband, the king, died. Now, her half-brother, James Stewart, 1st Earl of Moray, went to France and persuaded this 18-year-old Catholic queen to come back to Protestant Scotland. Now, I'm not talking about reasonable, rational Protestant Scotland. I'm talking about mental Taliban Protestant Scotland. But James said, come back to Scotland. What could possibly go wrong? Part of the deal was that Mary was to be allowed to practice her Catholic faith in Holyrood House. But within a year of Mary's return, James had disrupted Catholic Mass in Holyrood House. When Mary decided to marry for a second time to Henry Lord Darnley, James thought Darnley was a wee bit too Catholic-y for his tastes, and so he raised an army against Mary. Now, my brother married a lassie from down south, and I thought she was a blether and trollop, but I didn't ask her religion. I just left them to get on with it. Needless to say, James was outlawed and he fled to England. As it happened, Henry Lord Darnley, Mary's husband, was assassinated. It would take too long. After that, Mary forgave James and James came back from England. Mary decided to get married for a third time to a Protestant, but James wasn't happy with that. What does this guy want? It led to another military standoff at Carberry Hill, after which James had Mary Queen of Scots' half-sister imprisoned on an island in Loch Leven. Mary managed to escape from that, and James led another force against her at the Battle of Langside, which Mary's force lost, and Mary fled to England thinking she'd be protected by her cousin Elizabeth I of England, but she was imprisoned. And during that period, our half-brother James Stewart fabricated some letters implicating her in the death of her second husband, Henry Lord Darnley. Now remember James Hamilton, the assassin? Well, he and all the Hamilton family were at the Battle of Langside on the side of Mary Queen of Scots. So in the civil war that ensued in Scotland after that, James Stewart had the Hamilton Castle at Rutherglen burned to the ground. I think we'll agree he was a bastard. Anyway, that was why on this day in history, James Hamilton stood behind a curtain in a house in the high street of Linlithgow and shot James Stewart, 1st Earl of Moray. And as James Stewart was lying dying, he probably thought that he was in the right. I thought I was in the right when I told my wife to stick her Anne Summers gift up her. The point I'm trying to make here is that I nearly died that day. So whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant, an Arab or a Jew, whether you think you're right or wrong, violence is never the answer on this or any day of Scottish history. If you've enjoyed this, like the clip, like the page, share the page, and I'll see you in the next episode of This Day in Scottish History. Ta-ta. Now this bit's going to be a bit embarrassing because I've got nobody to help me, and I'm now going to have to go behind the cam and press the button.